Hey, how's it going? Wayne Euler here, just doing a little plumbing over at my one of my rental properties. And many years ago, would have been back in 2000, I signed up for some classes nationwide. I was traveling the country and I was learning everything there was to know about real estate. Buying stuff, fixing it up, renting it out, selling it, all that kind of stuff. And I bought this property. And I bought it for like 28 grand, I think. Didn't use any of my own money, fixed it up without using any of my own money. I rent it out now. I think the mortgage is around 200 bucks a month and I get like 900 a month or something for it. It's a nice little cash flow property, but the point I'm trying to make here is that the way I did it was that I went to classes and I heard from people who went before me, and they had learned all the tricks of the trade and taught me how to go about doing something like this and doing it right. You see, before I took my classes, I went and I looked at a duplex, and I was terrified. I had no idea what closing costs would be. I had no idea how to negotiate. There was fire damage. It scared me away. And I just remember thinking, man, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm totally in the dark, making a decision without having any understanding. I'm so glad I didn't do it, because it would have been a terrible deal looking back. I would have lost lots of money. And so what I'm trying to share with you is that it's so much better to learn from somebody else's mistakes. It's so frustrating sometimes. Like in my networking business, new people come in. My hat keeps getting caught on my hood. It's killing me. It's driving me nuts. There we go. New people come into my business. You want to share with them what you've learned, right? I've been in almost 4 years now in networking, and made a lot of mistakes in the business in the beginning. I mean, sure, in 90 days I was making some great money. 10 months, 14 months into the business, I hit one of the highest leadership levels in the business, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I'd be so much further along if I would have just listened to the guys that went before me. But it took 3-4 years for me to figure that out. And now, when somebody new comes in, I just tell them like it is. I just tell them, listen, I learned this, this, and this, and I know if you follow this, and this is what I've been following from those that have gone before me, you'll see success. It's no different than when I got into real estate. And they just taught me how to write up a contract, how to negotiate a deal, how to run numbers, and all this stuff. And they said, Wayne, if it meets all this criteria, it's a deal. And so I just took the emotion out of it, and I just looked at the properties and I did what I had to do. I once bought I bought 12 properties in 90 days without using my own money, and this was all from learning what was taught to me. And before you knew it, I actually became a mentor for the same company that later merged with the Rich Dad company with Robert Kiyosaki. And I used to travel the country training people how to invest in real estate. And now I have this is the last of my rentals, because they've just been such a headache. And I see the leveraging power in the business I'm in now to be so much better than the leveraging that comes with real estate, because it's just such a headache to get there with real estate. I don't have any of the headaches. Here I am at night working on some plumbing. Yeah, could I hire someone to do this? Sure, I can do that. But you know what? When networking, it only takes you about 15 hours a week to do what I do. And this is all I do is network. So it's like, why hire somebody to do something? I just want something to do. So I just want to encourage you that if you're looking at networking for the first time, if you're looking to get into any business, even real estate or whatever it is, talk to someone who's been successful at it. Okay, I always used to say to people when they would tell me an opinion on what it was that I was doing, when they found out I paid $18,000 to get the real estate training I did, they would say things like, you're crazy, you're in a scam, you're getting scammed, you're this, you're that. You know what I would always ask them? I would always say, listen, can I ask you a question? What is your net worth? And I'd shut up. Okay, if they weren't a millionaire or someone that was more successful than I was, who were they to give me advice on what I was doing? Always pay attention to the person that you're asking advice to or from. Okay? If you're asking advice to someone who can't even balance their checkbook, what right do they have to tell you anything about what you're doing? And just understand this, when you start getting criticized and people start making fun of you about stuff, it's because you're doing the right thing. Do you ever hear the saying, misery likes company? People don't like it when you're going from their level and on, or even seeing you pointing towards it, because they want you to stay where you're at. So they feel like they didn't have to. If you go and win at something, then they got to think, oh man, he was right. And they'd rather just stay where they're at. So one of the things you're going to notice as you go from success to significance is that your friendships are going to change. You know, I'm kind of giving you a lot of different things in this video, covering a couple of different topics, but you'll notice that as you become more, do more, and you be more, and you give more, love more, as you grow as a person, those that don't grow, you're going to have to prune them. And you're going to have friends that you've had because of location. You grew up next door to each other. You're going to have friends that you've had because you went to school together. You know, you graduated college together. But you know what? If you don't begin to share the same ideals and visions in life, it makes it hard to keep that connection, because they're either going to pull you down or lift you up. And I always tell people this: do a friendship inventory. Now, if you're a friend of mine and you haven't gotten involved with me in business, that's okay. I have lots of friends like that. They're not involved in my business with me, but they're still uplifting people. They're still encouraging type people. They support what I do, and they don't take me down. So that's okay. You know, some people get like, hey, if you don't get involved with me in business, we can't be friends. That's not right. But if they're going to make fun of me, if they're going to take me down, I don't have time for it. And it was one of the most liberating things I ever did in my life, was to prune the friends off my tree that didn't need to be there. So I'm Wayne Eulery, and I just wanted to share a few minutes with you. I hope some of this was engaging for you. I hope you learned a little bit of something. If you click on the link on my YouTube page, it'll connect you with me, and you got any questions or comments or anything you want, just comment on this video. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're seeing this on YouTube or wherever you're seeing this. Let's get connected. And I've learned this: people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And you might have heard this before, but you know what? You might hear things, but until you get it down inside, sometimes they don't make sense. So if you get anything from this video, I hope you get this, is that I care about you. And I care about setting people free. I believe if you help enough people get what they want in life, you can have everything you want in life. And that's Zig Ziglar for you. And I also believe that success is determined by going from one failure to the next and not losing your enthusiasm. And you know what? You can make money and you can make excuses, but you can't make both. See ya in the next video.